Okay, so I see a lot of people struggling to do good peaks while fighting, or they do the same peaks over and over again. So in this video, I put together some of the best underrated safe peaks I learned from pros or in my own experiences to help you guys get better at fighting. Before we start, like this video for me, it helps me out a lot. Let's go. Alright, first let me say all of these peaks are situational, so they're only good in certain situations. That being said, the first peak I'm going to show you is when an enemy is in your box and on top of a ramp. So there's a couple peaks that you can do in a situation. Like for an example, you can do a peanut butter, you can make a window. It's not good because if you do a peanut butter, they can just run out into your box. And with the window, it's kind of a 50-50 because you can't really get a right hand. So I learned that a really good edit in this situation is editing these 4 tiles like this and shooting through a little hole that it makes like this. Because first, your opponent does not expect you to do something like this. They can't run through your box if you edit like this, and they can't really see you. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like from the enemy's point of view. As you can see, he literally couldn't see me at all, and I'll show you guys some clips of me using this in actual fights.
Fucking door, bro.
The next peak I want to show you guys is the slice edit. This is a good edit to use when someone is really close to your wall. What you want to do is edit these bottom 3 tiles and aim for the enemy's feet. With this edit, you can see and shoot him, but he cannot see you at all. I'll show you guys what it looks like from the enemy's point of view. Now that you know how to do the peak, I'm going to show you guys me using it in actual fights.
That's cheating. All my life, that's cheating. On my soul, that's cheating. In the first 5 years of his career,
The next peak is the Martaz peak. Probably the hardest to set up and learn, but it's super overpowered if you understand how and when to do it. Set it up by placing the floor above you, edit a single tile, and build a ramp through the floor. When you jump into the hole, you can have a clear shot at the enemy while the enemy cannot see you. I'll show you the enemy's point of view right now. Now that you know how to set up this peak, I'll show you this being used in real fights by an EU pro named Marius. Okay, the next peak is the top row edit. I learned this from watching Polarize. This peak is really good if your enemy is trying to hide behind a cone or at the very back of the box. All you have to do is stand directly next to the wall and crouch, then edit the top 3 tiles of the wall. After you edit the top 3 tiles, make sure you jump and shoot, but then immediately reset. It's going to be a free shot every time if you do it exactly like that. This is me using this peak in some fights.
garbage. Garbage.
Look at this bot, bro. This next peak is one for when you're stuck in a box with the enemy and he's under your ramp. When you edit half of the ramp and then jump out and shoot, you'll always get the first shot and the chance to reset without your enemy having a chance to shoot back. This edit is super underrated and I'll show you guys me using it in fights right now. Last thing I want to talk about, but definitely not least, is not really a peak, but something you should get in the habit of, and that's wall resetting. This is the absolute best thing that you can do when fighting because it almost always allows you to get the first shot advantage in any situation. The hardest part of doing this is just actually remembering to do it while fighting. But once remembered and mastered while fighting, you will 100% improve, I promise you. Here's me using this in actual fights. This was 5 peaks that I thought were really underrated and I recommend that you guys implement into your own gameplay. Like this video if you want more tips on how to get better at fighting. Thanks for watching. It's Metric and I'm out.